Hello, my name is Kelsey Anderson-Kline, and I'm an attorney with the LaPorte Law Firm. And today I'm going to be answering the question, does SSA have access to my bank account? Short answer is that it depends on the type of Social Security benefit you are applying for or receiving. If you are applying for or receiving SSDI, SSA does not monitor your bank account or care how much money you have in your checkings or savings account. But if you are receiving SSI disability, SSA does review your financial resources, including your bank account, because SSI is a needs-based program. To understand why, it's important to understand the difference between both SSDI and SSI disability. First, let's talk about SSDI. SSDI is an insurance-based program, not a needs-based program. When you work, you pay Social Security FICA taxes. These taxes earn you work credits, which determine whether you are insured for Social Security disability benefits. To qualify for SSDI, you must generally have a qualifying disability and be insured for the Social Security program based off of your work history. For most people, this means having 20 work credits earned during the last 10 years, or having worked 5 of the last 10 years. The important point, SSDI is not based off of financial need. So SSA does not look at your savings account, your spouse's assets, your home, your investments, or other passive income that is unrelated to your work activity. If you meet the insured status requirements and you're disabled under Social Security's rules, your eligibility for SSDI is not affected by having money in the bank. But SSI is different, so let's talk about that next. SSI is a needs-based program designed for individuals who have limited income and limited resources. Unlike SSDI, you do not need a work history or Social Security work credits to qualify. But instead, SSA will look at your financial situation, including your income. SSA considers your income from sources such as wages, other disability benefits, unemployment benefits, pension, and other sources of income. So if your income is above SSI limits, you may not qualify, or your benefit may be reduced. SSI will also look at your resources. They have strict resource limits, $2,000 for an individual and $3,000 for a couple. Resources that might count include cash, bank accounts, stocks and investments, personal property, and additional vehicles. But some things that don't count and are excluded include things like the home that you live in and the land it's on, and one vehicle that you use for transportation. So for SSI recipients, SSA does have to do a financial assessment. They use something called the Access to Financial Institution, or AFI system, to electronically verify bank account information and balances. However, this does not mean that SSA is watching your transactions every day in real time. Instead, SSA reviews your financial information when you apply for SSI, during a periodic financial review that they call redeterminations, or when SSA needs to verify continued eligibility. So SSA also uses something that you should know about called the first of the month rule. This means that they'll look at your resources as of the beginning of the month to determine whether you are within that resources limit. So to close, does SSA have access to your bank account? It depends. For SSDI, no. SSDI is based off of your work history and disability, not your financial resources. SSA will not monitor your bank account balance for SSDI. But for SSI, yes. SSA reviews your financial resources because SSI is a needs-based program with income and asset limits. Knowing whether you've applied for SSDI or SSI disability is important because the financial rules are completely different. If you have questions about your eligibility for SSDI or SSI disability benefits, you can contact our firm.